Thank you for joining us, and we want to welcome you to a new segment, a new talk, a new episode on mental health. On me today with your host, Reverend Elosy, and we are going to discuss in more details about depression and more so about the relationship between depression, homicides, and suicides. And on the set again, we have Elder Dr. John Mwaura to help us to be able to understand more about this and to continue on where we left so that we can be able to go on. So, Dr. Mwaura, I hope you are well today.
Very well, and
And
I appreciate the privilege again to be together
thank you.
and to have this opportunity again to discuss about very serious matters that affect a lot of our people.
Yes.
Even though they don't admit,
Yeah.
neither do they talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very, very important. So I'm very grateful that you are able to take this initiative to be able to educate our people, because
Yes.
education is the key here.
Yeah.
Yes,
And of course, people, the Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge.
absolutely.
And so, as we demystify all this and give the facts about depression, I would like us to first of all start by defining it. What exactly is depression? We start from that.
Depression is a common serious medical illness. It's not just, but as I'm saying, serious medical illness that absolutely and negatively affect how you feel,
Mm-hmm.
the way you think, and how you act. I'm saying negatively affects how you feel,
Mm-hmm.
the way you think, and the way you act, or
Okay.
the way you behave.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, I should say that it is also one of the treatable mental health illness. I remember last time I said that most of them are managed.
Yes.
There are some serious mental health illnesses that cannot be treated, but they can be managed and be able to live and function well.
Yes.
But
Yes.
particularly this depression
Mm-hmm.
is one of those that can be treated and be able to function once again.
Fully treated and you become normal again.
Fully treated and become normal again.
Okay. So when we talk about being able to treat depression, is it about at what stage can it be treated? When it's just mild or even when it's very severe?
In all cases, it can be treated, as you say, depression can be in different levels.
Yes.
There is mild,
Mm-hmm.
and mild sometimes we can confuse mild depression with I'm stressed, feeling sad, just because of circumstantial kind of things. For example, if I'm bereaved, I lost a loved one, there's a tendency that you can confuse depression and believing or the loss of the family one.
Okay.
It can call for mild kind of depression, but we cannot call it a severe depression that you require medical attention. However, there are some cases where people may not be able to deal with the loss, and to that it can be dealt with therapy because it's circumstantial.
Okay.
It is circumstantial. It can be treated. But when we talk of depression, that is a mild one. I'm giving an example.
Yes.
I'm feeling sad today. I'm feeling tired. Just lose my mood. Just today. But tomorrow I'll be okay. Or in a week's time I'll be okay. That is not depression.
Okay.
That is just that's very mild kind of behavior. But depression, we are talking this kind of things like sadness, loss of interest in activities that sometimes things you used to enjoy.
Yes.
All at once, you find yourself you really are not enjoying it and you are not doing those kind of things. It can lead to a very severe emotional and physical problems. And when those kind of feelings of sadness, despair, and the daily basis that they are present on daily basis
Yes.
for a long period of time, 2-3 weeks, then is a problem.
So what you're saying is that for depression to be called depression and maybe needing medical attention, we have that period of time that has to be noticed on behavior and physical effects.
Because those behaviors,
Mm-hmm.
they interfere with your functionality.
Okay.
It means if you are, for example, your sadness, your despair, your loss of eating, your lack of appetite, or eating too much, or sleeping or not sleeping, and then those kind of behaviors, they are exhibited for 2 to 3 weeks on a daily basis, then they interfere with your ability to function.
Oh.
When they interfere with your ability to function on a day-to-day basis, then it becomes a medical issue.
Wow, that's deep. Okay, let's try to dissect it.
Yeah.
Somebody is not able to sleep for like 3 days, and then does it have to be combined with something else, or a lack of sleep, insomnia alone
Correct.
can refer to depression?
Yeah, just one symptom is not enough to describe or to give a diagnosis of depression.
Yes.
It has to be a combination, and I'm sure shortly we are going to talk about those signs. But we have to have a combination of different kind of behavior, like what I'm saying, sadness, you lose hope, you are despair. In fact, we call it a kind of melancholic behavior.
Okay.
Melancholic behavior is that now you become sad, sometimes angry, feeling of unhappiness with no reason at all. And that's when you meet a cat on the way or a dog on the way, you start kicking it for nothing because there's no reason why you are sad and why you are angry. The watchman wewe unaipiga tu, hakuna kujari kama ni nini. And what did the dog do to you? Nothing. But because you are in that kind of state,
yes,
then with those combination, all of them, then they affect your functionality.
Okay.
Sleeping alone cannot be defined as a depression.
I may
eating alone
sleep
cannot,
2-3 days,
but
and
there will be a combination of behaviors.
If
you have been tired for the last 3-4 days, you have traveled. When you come home, you have 2-3 days, you feel you don't want to do anything. You just want to be to sleep. You're not. That's not depression.
Oh,
that's not depression.
We may confuse. We may confuse maybe like fatigue.
Right. And
maybe
fatigue is not a depression
burnout.
By itself. Exactly.
And we think that we are like now with this corona season, we've been indoors.
No.
For so long.
We'll talk about all the signs that we need to look into. And when you qualify about 75% of those signs, then it becomes an issue of concern.
So from that definition, at which point do we say now this person is depressed?
When a person cannot be able to function completely at all. Normally.
So the life is disrupted.
The life is disrupted and you cannot be yourself.
Does it mean that if somebody loses like the passion to work on what they have been working on, in doing the things they love to do?
Right.
Maybe like if I'm a very social person and almost all of a sudden it's like a red sign. Or it's something that maybe I should watch out for.
There are some signs, and now we are getting into a problem.
Okay.
Yes.
So for how long does it take for depression itself, the duration? Like now we have corona, we are being told the duration period for it to come out and all that is 14 days.
Yeah.
What about depression?
What do you mean? To
how long,
go away?
No. How long does it take for maybe the psychiatrist or maybe a psychologist to say that yes, this person is depressed?